Hi there. So, I've been geeking out with Elden Ring, and I've been having a lot of fun for the past couple of weeks. Was it? I was seeing some YouTuber recently that did stress something about one of my favorite characters in the game called Bach. And I probably don't like him as much as other people. I like Bar a lot more, but that's a side story. Bach is really interesting because he's a demi-human, but he's a self-hating demi-human that hates his looks, and he's the only demi-human that can talk. Not only can he talk, but he understands the complexities of human society. He goes ahead and calls you Lord. He understands that you're fighting to become an Elden Lord. He understands the concepts, the tree, the big tree, Elden tree in the capital, etc. So he tells you, "Oh my gosh, you've been there. That's wonderful." So he's very intelligent, and he has these sort of very cultural understandings of human societies. It's very complex. He's not like the rest of demi-humans that they growl, they don't dress up nice. This guy actually dresses up with human clothing. But he is not like an animal, like a chimpanzee that would be taught how to speak, which, if you assume it could, say, for the sake of argument, a chimpanzee could have the vocal cords of able to speak, it would not be very articulate as, say, talking to an actual human, especially if it lived in the damn jungle. And yeah, you taught him to speak and might say a few things like, "I'm hungry, I love you," so on, you would assume. Right? So it's very interesting. And he keeps talking about his mother endlessly. And there's all these added quests. Well, I'm not sure if it's quests, but this added conversation you can put into it. There was a YouTuber, what's her name? Kite Tails and Flex. That's the name of the YouTuber. And she has a very nice video where she goes on talking about, well, the title of the video is The Demi-Humans in Bach, Elden Ring Discussion Lore. And she tries to figure out the story behind Bach and his mother and who the mother is. And she ends the video, if I remember correctly, with no actual conclusion. She seems to speculate it might be one of the queens or what have you, but the other demi-humans bully him, so he is different somehow. Yes, to get to cut the chase, my belief is that the mother was human. He had a human mother. And the mother probably raised him to a point. As far as I know, there's no explicit saying of this, or we know the mother died. We know that the mother would tell him that he's beautiful. The mother would speak, which would, if it wasn't demi-human, that would be the second demi-human that can speak. But you could make the assumption that they were possibly some side group of demi-humans that could speak, but that's not the case because we know that the monkey growl type demi-humans took some of his personal belongings, which were belonging to his mother, which were human belongings, that he used for sewing, for example. And there's this whole side quest about that. So he hangs around and was living with the regular demi-humans, which were pretty much bullying him, taking the belongings of his mother, and causing distress. And so he lives with them. He doesn't live with humans, but somehow he understands all these social complexities about humans. If you go to the Elden tree, he says, "Oh, that's great. I wish I could have seen it." So that's odd. He dresses like a human. And what really solidified that it had to be a human mother, that's the only thing that makes sense, is that when you give him a larva tier, which is an item you can use to recreate your character, meaning you can redo the stats, and I believe your parents too haven't used it. You can give it to Bach, and when you give it to Bach, Bach goes to the witch, sorceress, boss you defeated, and he becomes human. And eventually, there's more to it. I'm not going to go discuss, but his ideal of beauty, and he goes and saying how happy he is because he's going to be able to look good, to finally serve you looking good, is a human ideal. It's not a demi-human. So this, I believe, is an indication that the damn creature had a human mother. It reminded me a lot to some of the Japanese lore, not lore, sorry, anime. might be lore for some people. Inuyasha. So the Inuyasha, which is based on folklore, as far as I understand. So a lot of the demons in there, all the stories is somewhat inspired. I'm not sure medieval type stories, but essentially there's one story between two brothers, which are, I'm not sure if they're, as you would call it, or demi-humans also in the show. I haven't seen it since I was a teenager, but there were a couple in there, brothers, that had a demon father, and the mother was human, and one of them looked more like an animal, while the other one looked more like like a human. And I can't remember which is which. Maybe the mother was the animal one looking, and the father was a good looking one. But one of the brothers would just be pissed off at how he was the ugly one, and the brother was a good looking one. And that reminded me of Bach immediately. And the creator of Elden Ring, he's the main director is Japanese too, so he probably is imbued with a lot of the folk tale from both Japan and Europe, it seems like. So it will be interesting that he put the concept of demi-human, which appears in a lot of these medieval fantasy animes, and have that sort of discussion. So I don't know. That's what I believe is my theory, and that's what I use to back it up. It's all conjecture, of course, but that is what makes the most sense to me. The mother had to be human. That's why he speaks. That's why he dresses with human clothes. That's why he has all these contextual understands of human society. He wants to be have a profession, a human profession, instead of being like a wild animal and with the rest of the damn humans. And he believes he's ugly, and his concept of beauty is looking like a human. So yeah, that was a fun little game. You should try it out.